Cleveland was once known as an industrial city. The location of Cleveland was strategic because of its location on the riverbanks and shore of Lake Erie, which meant it'd be a great spot for a manufacturing hub. The booming economy of Cleveland in the early 20th century took the liking of European immigrants and African Americans alike during the Great Migration. Cleveland's economic boom continued on past World War II, where it quickly earned its name as the best location in the nation. Although by the 1960s, things began to slow down. By the 1970s, Cleveland's reputation had worsened when the Cuyahoga River had caught on fire, and Cleveland quickly earned its new title as the Mistake on the Lake. Since this point, Cleveland has been in a battle to restore its reputation, and this is when its sports teams come into play. The Cleveland Cavaliers, despite being founded in 1970, are probably best known for the player LeBron James. LeBron James is a Cleveland native, having gone to high school in a suburb of Cleveland in Akron, Ohio. This made it all the more better when the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted him in 2003. He continued to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers all the way through to 2010. Upon his monumental return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron made his famous "I'm coming home" speech. Shortly thereafter, he went on to lead the Cleveland Cavaliers to their first NBA championship in 2016. This broke Cleveland's 52-year drought from winning a professional sports championship. Prior to LeBron James being drafted, in 2001 the Cleveland Cavaliers' estimated revenue was around $79 million, though in 2019 it's estimated to be around $300 million. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in turn are definitely helping the city of Cleveland financially, and even more so in a time where they're trying to rebrand themselves. The Cleveland Browns were founded in 1944, and quickly thereafter hit the ground running, and over the course of the next decade, won 7 football championships. All of those since the merger, Cleveland has only appeared in very few championship games. By the early 90s, the Cleveland Browns were in financial trouble, which led the owner, Art Modell, to relocate his team in 1994. It quickly turned into a massive controversy for Cleveland. Obviously, the Browns were moving. After subsequent legal action by the city of Cleveland, this led the NFL to make a deal. Browns would return to Cleveland. The Browns were playing in the NFL again by 1999 as an expansion team. Since returning to the NFL, the Browns have essentially been the laughingstock of the league, having not made even a playoff appearance since 2002. In 2015, the Browns had a 1-win season, and by 2016, they had a winless season, although fans decided to turn this occasion into their favor by holding a parade for their beloved winless Browns. Similar to the Cavs, the Cleveland Browns generate a lot of money for the city of Cleveland. It is estimated in 2001 that they made around $158 million. By 2019, they're estimated to be generating around $431 million annually. Needless to say, they're also making a lot of money for the city. Cleveland's professional sports teams are undoubtedly affecting the overall economy of Cleveland. Having 3 major sports arenas within the downtown area of Cleveland is undoubtedly going to affect the overall economy of downtown Cleveland. Toward the top left of this picture, you can see First Energy Stadium. That's where the Browns play. And then toward the middle bottom, you can see Progressive Field. That's where the Cleveland Indians play. Then right next to that, to the left, that's Rocket Mortgage Arena. That's where the Cleveland Cavaliers play. Having these 3 big arenas within this small area is undoubtedly going to bolster the economy of downtown Cleveland. A study was done by Black Enterprise to look into this exact phenomenon. Whenever LeBron James decided to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, the number of eateries and bars within a mile of the stadium increased by 13%, and the overall employment of Cleveland increased by 23.5%. His return to Cleveland also correlated with an economic boost in downtown Cleveland worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The success of the sports teams is also vital to the economy of Cleveland, as when they're doing well, like making the playoffs or championships, people tend to eat at the surrounding restaurants and celebrate. Though when they are losing and not doing very well, people tend to not stick around and eat at the restaurants. In Crane's Cleveland Business, it outlines that the Cavs and Indians are a little more vital to the economy of Cleveland because they play a lot more home games, which means a lot more people are going to be eating at those restaurants. These teams came to Cleveland at a time when they were in economic boom. Cleveland Indians at the turn of the century in 1900, Cleveland Browns in 1944, and the Cavaliers in the early 70s. And since the mid-1970s, when Cleveland's been in a steady economic decline, these sports teams have been helping bolster its downtown economy and overall economy with their steady annual revenue. These teams have been giving Cleveland an identity in the midst of their steady decline, a bright hope in the midst of nostalgia for the old days. When people think of Cleveland today, they immediately think of the sports teams. They do not think of the old manufacturing powerhouse that Cleveland once was. Cleveland is steadily turning into a sports city, right in the heartland of the United States.